Hi, I'm Pastor Joe, and we're back again for another week of our Faith Builder Catechism. I hope you've been enjoying this. I hope you've been having fun with your family as you've been studying this material and talking this with them over with your kids. This week we've got two very important questions. The first is, how did God form the first man? And the second question is, how did God form the first woman? So the answer to the first question, how did God form the first man, is that God formed Adam from the dust. And the answer to the second question, how did God form the first woman, is that God formed the woman from the man. These are very key concepts that are very pertinent to our society today. The Bible is very, very clear on this. It is not ambiguous at all. That in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and in 6 days He formed, separated the waters from the earth, and He created all the land animals and the birds and the stars and the sky, and set in all the motion, all the laws of the universe. And on the 6th day, He created Adam, and then from Adam He created Eve. Male and female, He created them, and He made them in His own image. And the Bible is very clear that He made both man and woman in His own image. There's both men and women are image bearers. We are the closest representation of God in the universe in some amazing way, and probably in multiple different ways. We reflect God's glory, His creativity, His character better than anything else that He has made by His own design. But while we are both image bearers, He also made us different. I have my oldest is a girl, and my two youngest are boys, and I can tell you they are very, very different people. They're very different creatures. They have different mindsets. They're obviously both human. They have similar likes and dislikes in some ways, but the way that they approach things, the way they respond to things, really couldn't be more different, and that is a wonderful thing. So God created Adam from the dust. He breathed life into him. And then after Adam realized there was no one like him and was sad in this world, God gave him a nice nap, performed a little surgery on him, took a rib, and formed Eve. Not something above nor below, but something beside him, someone beside him to be his helpmate. The biblical concept here is that men and women we complement each other. We're peanut butter and jelly. We are good things on our own, but better when we are together. And both equal in value in God's eyes, even if we are still different. Sometimes kids will ask, okay, well, why did God make me a boy? Or why did God make me a girl? And of course, a lot of those questions can end up in today's climate and culture. Those questions might be a little bit more pressing. And I like to point out to the fact that there are a lot of things that I choose. Like, I chose what I wore today. I chose how I did my hair, unfortunately. We can choose where we work. We might be able to choose where we live, although kids have less choices in those things. We have a lot of choices in our lives, but there are some things that nobody gets to choose. I didn't get to choose the year I was born. I didn't get to choose the country I was born into. I didn't get to choose the family I was born into. I didn't get to choose that I was going to be a man. I didn't get to choose my hair color, my birth hair color, or eye color. I didn't get to choose. Joel just chuckles back there. No, I don't dye this. This is where it is. This is where it is. I haven't gone gray yet. But there's so much being choose. Like, I could have been a peasant in medieval France. I could have been. And if I was going to be put there, then there would have been a reason why I was there. But I wasn't. I was born in Louisiana in the late 1900s of the United States of America. And so a lot of times we say, well, why is this? There's so many things we don't get to choose. And instead of, our culture wants to sand down the edges and the differences and put us all into one kind of conformity boat. I'll put us all in one spot, and instead of sitting there going, why couldn't I have been, or why couldn't I have been born this, or why can't I change this or that or the other, we have to understand that. Remember, let's go back to our earlier questions. We have a loving and almighty creator who is great beyond all measure, and who is good unlike anyone else, anything else in the entire universe. So the fact that I was born where I am, as I am, when I am, in some way, shape, or form reflects God's goodness, grace, and love toward me. So if kids ask, why was I? Because God has a plan for you. Because God has something in store for you, some purpose for you, some mission for you, some life for you, some grace, some goodness for you, and it is good. In His wisdom, He made you as you are, where you are. And so we can help our kids see that. And, we can remind ourselves that sometimes too. That we are where we are by the grace of God. And even if that doesn't feel like a good place all the time, it will be eventually. It will be eventually, either this side of heaven or beyond. And we'll be able to understand maybe a little bit better why. But that God is good. He's made us male and female in His image. And we should celebrate that, not scorn it. Thank you. Hope things are going well with you. I'll be praying for you as this video goes out this week. And I will catch you later. Bye.